Friday, right? Tell me it's Friday.
Well, kind of wish it
Damn it.
was, but
Tiring.
yeah. Well, Microsoft announced this morning they're cutting 650 roles out of their Xbox division.
Yep.
So it's all coming from the Activision overhead side, which they
Yep.
said is not going to impact any studios, devices, launches, or anything else. But it's still
Yep.
650.
Just figured this out now, huh? 10 months later, 11
Yeah,
months later, whatever it is.
I think that puts the number up to like 2,000 they've
I
cut
think
from
it's
Activision,
20,
something,
2500-ish, I think.
or maybe more. Yeah, there
Yeah,
you go.
somewhere there. You know, I don't remember the numbers. I don't remember anything, but a month, so whatever it was ago, I was kind of trying to put this Xbox stuff in perspective. And the truth is, compared to the rest of the video game industry, the cuts that Microsoft has made since its acquisition of Activision aren't really that great in a pure numbers sense. I don't mean to underplay the impact that that has on people's lives and all that stuff, but I mean, given the magnitude of this acquisition and the massive amounts of redundancies they must have, it's not surprising.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that they just kind of keep dribbling it out.
Right.
And dear God, at some point, you know, like come on. I know it's not always possible to do this stuff in one fell swoop, as Nate Bargatze's wife
I
would
was
say.
about to say, if you said that, I was
This
about to
is
call.
as soon as it came out of my mouth, I just shot right to that reference.
Yep.
In one fell swoop. Anyway, but man, it just contributes. It's like the ongoing bad news coming out of Intel. It's the same
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Just
It just feels like it's piling on, and there's not much in the way of good news to balance it out.
right.
So
Yep.
one fell swoop.
Anyways, that will. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of suckage.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I mean, I look, the whole world is going through this course correction, really. It's just occurring in different places, different times, whatever. But if you look at anything like, Apple had flat smartphone sales over the past year. They've hit a kind of a wall. It's a really high wall, so they're doing great.
Mm-hmm.
Or PC industry boom time during the pandemic, and then right into the trough of despair. And we're still looking for that glimmer of hope. And this year will end, and it will be like low single digit growth at best. And it's like we'll take it. Like any glimmer of positivity is appreciated. So, video games, I think they had that business, that industry has the same issue. A lot of people were home. A lot of people had free time on their hands, a lot of hiring, a lot of new games, whatever it was. And not a lot of maturity and understanding that the world was going to go back to, if not normal, something more akin to normal. And they just, they're just not doing that stuff as much anymore. It probably everywhere, and Netflix, entertainment, music, whatever. I bet it's kind of happening everywhere. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it's a tough time. We talked yesterday, I think, about the weird lackluster response to these current generation non-Nintendo
Yeah.
consoles, right? And it it has this kind of stacking thing, and it's mostly bad. Happy Thursday.
Well, I'm glad you got that all out in one fell swoop.
Thank you. I don't think you know what that word means, Brad.
If you're listening to this and you don't know what that means, just look it up. It's a great.
It's beautiful. It's
It,
one of the beautiful. Yeah.
yeah. Yep.
Oh man.
So, yeah. I mean, that's. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you could sign up for Ignite November 19th through the 22nd.
Yeah, and this is speaking of post-pandemic hangover. The groups at Microsoft that used to do their events all went. They all
Yeah.
disappeared because they didn't do them forever. In fact, Microsoft got back into the big event game really late, compared to maybe some other companies. And those folks are long gone. And so the people that are trying to get this stuff rolling again are inexperienced and don't know what they're doing. And it's a little combobulated, obviously. I was talking to some people yesterday about this because I want to know. I assume that the press is going to be invited, and if so, I'd like to get going, booking the trip and whatever. But it's just so slapped together. And Richard Campbell was telling me, for example, that he usually does these things with them with the podcast and whatever, and he has had to sort of reintroduce himself to everybody, and so that was able to happen last year. It happened this past May with Build, but he's not heard anything from these people because they just don't know what they're doing.
Yeah. Well,
So there are people that, sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry. There are
yep.
people at Microsoft who literally are preparing to maybe speak, but don't still know now if they actually are going to, just in case, you have to be ready.
Yeah, because when the pandemic hit, they got rid of all those people in one fell swoop.
Nice. Yeah. I think they got rid of themselves, but yes.